Hello, welcome to another video. Umut here. Today I decided to film something different and maybe see you guys a little bit, talk face to face. I recently reached 10,000 subscribers, so I also wanted to thank you so much for your lovely support, watching my videos and leaving comments, liking them. I really appreciate it and I'm so happy to be a part of this creative community. Today I'm in a different location, on the floor of my living room, because as you know we are in challenging times and all of us are working from home, not being able to go out. In UK we are in complete lockdown, so my husband is working from home and he hijacked my studio where I create my art journals, and he's having a meeting now, so I'm here in my living room. This is my kitchen library actually. These are full of books because why not? And I decided to film my video here. Since I reached 10,000 subscribers, I wanted to have a chatty video and maybe talk about my all-time favorite 10 craft supplies, which I think. So before we start, I will just quickly tell you, if you watch my videos but haven't subscribed yet, here is how you can do it. I prepared a little screen demonstration. You just click subscribe, and also to be notified about my replies on comments or my new videos, you also need to click the bell button next to the subscribe button. So this is how you do it. So without further ado, let's start. First, my art journal, of course. This is my favorite art journal, Moleskine sketchbook, and I use the large one. This is the large one, and I believe this is actually an A5 size, as they call it. And I've used many art journals, and I think I have a video that I showed many options of art journals that you can use, and I'll link it down below. But this is what I use. They were making it in black and red. Now I think they discontinued the red one, which was my favorite, but they made a dark blue navy one, so I got that one. I like this because it opens flat, like it doesn't, I don't have any difficulty. I like the pages, they are quite thick, and if I don't find it thick enough, I can just glue 2 pages together as well. But I use them one page. I see that some people glue them. It takes mediums quite well, water, acrylic paints, everything, and it has smooth pages, so I don't actually need to gesso, and I'm using acrylic paint as well. So for me it works perfectly. I also like the size. The size is a personal choice, so you need to discover which size you're most comfortable on. For me, not bigger, not smaller, this size I feel the most comfortable on. So this is my favorite. And moving to the drying tools, I'm just reaching on my pile here. I recently actually made this my favorite heat gun. If you're art journaling or doing mixed media and patience is not your strong strength, like me, you need a heat gun. So I was using a pink one, I think it was Paper Mania, and it was good. I used it for years and it never broke. I dropped it many times, nothing happened. But it just recently gave up. So I bought this one, wow, and they make embossing powders as well. And I discovered that this is actually better, and I think my cat came to make an appearance. Look, she never showed herself to us before because she doesn't jump on the tables, but I just wanted to show her too. How are you? She just woke up. So she's just like doesn't know what's happening probably, and heard me talking and came to say hi. We took her, she's a rescue cat, so she came from the street, and she's a princess now. Okay. Well, let's keep going. This is from Wow, and it has two settings for speed and heat, so 1 and 2. And I realized that actually it was drying faster than my previous one. It has a protection here, so you don't burn. The only disadvantage is the cord isn't so long. So I think it's like 1.5 meters, but it's not a problem for me. But just to let you know, if you're planning on carrying this long distances, its cord is quite short. But I'm really happy with it. Coming to the choice of gesso, which is a frequent question. Actually, for mixed media, I really think there is not much differences between brands of gesso. So I would go for a cheap one. But recently, if you ask my absolute favorite and the one I would buy again, it's this one, Winsor & Newton white gesso, just normal. It's liquid and it's very easy to apply. There's heavy gesso as well, and that is also able to create some texture. And I have that version too, but just to name one, this is my favorite because I think its coverage is quite good too. That's why I picked this. This is a UK brand, so it might be more expensive in the US, I'm not sure. But really, any brand gesso will do it, I think. Liquitex gesso is quite good too. And modeling paste. This is not the same for all, and I tried a lot of modeling pastes, and I have a clear preference. And I like Liquitex a lot. And this is flexible modeling paste, which allows you to fold and like it doesn't crack in time, but you don't need that. Previously I was using light modeling paste and I loved it as well. What is important for me is to have a nice raised texture when you use it, and to be really black, really white. For me is important. I don't like a little bit grayish whites or off-white. So this is really white, which I like about it, and its texture, how it creates a 3D texture is I like a lot, and I like the usage of it. It doesn't dry easily, like when I leave the cap open, and when I use it, it dries in a normal time, like it doesn't take too long to dry as well. So that's my absolute preference. Coming to the white gel pen that we do highlights, I received this question a lot too, and my preference there is two, because I realized they are not so different. One is Uniball Signo, but here what is important is because I was the same, I didn't realize there were two types of Uniball Signo. One is thin tip and one is broad tip, and you need to buy the broad tip, and that's how you will get the effects that I'm doing on my pages. Sorry if you're hearing noises, my cat is just playing and scratching. So this is not it, but I don't have it now because it's finished and I'm using another one. But Uniball Signo broad tip white gel pen is the one that I was using all the time. It works perfectly. It doesn't dry or cause any problems. It's very white and nice. And I had this in my stash as well, and when my pen finished, I decided to use it. It's Sakura white gel pen. Its tip is also broad. I don't think there's another type. And it also works just the same. I love it. So these are the two brands I'm using as gel pen. And coming to script stamp, because for me it's important, and I have a lot, but I would like to show you what I love the most, but this is completely personal. If I lost this, I would buy it again. That's why I put it on this list. It's Penny Black's script stamp. I love it. Its script is very delicate, and I use it time after time. It's good quality. Penny Black's stamps are good quality anyway, so that's what I want to include. again, let's see my heavy body acrylic paints and in general acrylic paints. I love Arteza's paints and I'm an affiliate of them. I get their products all the time, but I genuinely love them, otherwise I wouldn't use them for so long time. So they have these little tubes, so these are heavy body acrylic paints. They also have these paints in pouches that you can buy separately. It's not that, but they have the same. And in several colors, so it's a lot. And they have these tubes in sets of many, like 18, 36, 60 colors. So they have many colors, and they are very good quality, highly pigmented, light fast, which means they will last for a long time. When you create art, they won't fade away, the colors. And I remind you again, I have discount code working with them, so I will leave all the links down below where you can buy Arteza paints or any product. You will get a 10% discount if you use my code always. So any product, any paint, you get 10% discount. So all the information will be down below at the description area. They also have craft paint, which I met recently, and I love too. Here are the little bottles. These are mixed media paints, liquid, as we use always, and they are just as lovely. They have a set of 24 or not, 12 I think, yes, 12. And I love the colors. There are nice pastels and greens and reds. I love it. They have a lot of blues, which is my favorite color. So check them out if you like the colors. The quality is definitely there. And another very recent favorite actually is these metallic pearl paints. They are acrylic as well, and I use them in the latest couple of videos. And when I looked at their colors, I absolutely fell in love with them. Like the colors that they have, and the pouches are very big, very easy to use, again very pigmented. Their coverage is amazing, so I would definitely recommend these very passionately. I'll use them again and again, and I keep getting new colors from them, so definitely a favorite. And their shine is amazing. It shines and like brightens my day, especially these days. So there's another favorite paint I cannot not mention. The first and loveliest distress paints. These are probably one of the first paints that I used when I started mixed media, and I still have them. I have the whole set. And also I think Tim Holtz colors are a really nice selection, and they have a lot of, he has a lot of vintage colors, like a little bit different, and I just love them. And also I think I bought them in 2016, 17, something like that, and they stood the test of time. Like they didn't dry on me. I still use them, nothing happened. Like that's, I think, important. So I also love my distress paints, also inks as well, but paints, I think they have another place for me. And let's talk about sprays a little bit. A recent favorite again is Dina Wakley's acrylic sprays. Yes, I love acrylic paints and acrylic sprays and anything acrylic. That's my personal passion. I am not much of a watercolor person, but this is my favorite. I used them. I played with all the colors and created different backgrounds on different surfaces. So if you want to watch that video, I'll put it down below as well for you to see how to use them. And I definitely love them. The colors are very vibrant. They get even more vibrant after drying. You can make many effects with them because they're acrylics, and you don't need to worry not to spoil it after it dries because it becomes permanent. So for me that's important, and I really love the colors that she selected, and I hope with all my heart that I hope she makes more colors of them. I'll buy it for sure. So this is another favorite. And if you ask me my favorite water-based sprays, I have that too, and that's Prima's Color Balloons. These are a little bit more expensive than the other sprays that I saw. I like Dilutions sprays as well, but I really love the colors, like the choice of colors that they have, and the spray is really nice, like how it feels in my hand. I like this nozzle. It never clogs. It has also mica, so when you shake it's a little bit shiny, and it never clogged. It doesn't have that problem. Also, it's a little bit expensive, but they say when you use half of it, just add water and shake it, and you can use just the same as it was new. So that's a good information to have. And yeah, it's just because I love the color range and it never clogged, and I used it without any problems. And because a lot of sprays clogged that I used, and they have pearl features like micas and stuff, so that's really inconvenient for me. If I can't use a product after a short while, it just frustrates me, so it just kills my love for it basically. That's why I love these paint and these sprays. Another thing I use always is for shadowing these Faber-Castell Pit Brush markers. You can also color with them. These have Indian ink, and before it dries you have a few seconds to manipulate them on non-porous surfaces. So it's very useful. I wouldn't do without them. That's the whole idea of these 10 favorite supplies. If I lost them, or if I need to go to an island to take few supplies, these would be them, and I would go and buy them again if they finished. That's how I thought about them. And finally, I want to also mention my craft mat, which I can't show here, and it's also big to carry, but you see it in every video. I have a glass mat that I use. It's from In Love Art Shop. It's an Indian company, but they ship worldwide, and I made a review video actually with that craft mat to show all the features of it. So I'll link it again down below. I'll put the link down below for you to see. I think glass mat changed my crafting pleasure a lot, because if you don't have it, maybe you don't realize it, and I was the same. But craft mat, these plastic ones, for example, you cannot cut on them, you cannot heat them with your heat gun, you cannot emboss on them using the heat gun, so you need to change surfaces all the time. But with the glass mat, it's all the same, like you can do anything on it, everything you can clean off it. I didn't have any difficulty. You can cut it with a craft knife, it doesn't cut. So craft mat, I think glass mat is great. If you can't find what I am using, Tonic Studios also has a craft mat that is similar, and it's white. Tim Holtz has a black one. It's totally up to you. Watch many videos and see which features appeal to you. I use white because I don't want a black. It doesn't show the colors, and sometimes I put colors on my craft mat, so I don't prefer black, but that looks totally cool as well. So I think I went over my 10 favorite craft tools that I used for many years and discovered for many years. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions about any tool that I am using, please leave your questions down below. I am happy to answer. If there are a lot of questions, I can make another video with the concept of crafty questions. If there are commonalities, it could be useful for other people to hear as well. So leave them down below, and if there aren't a lot, I'll just answer individually. I hope you're all safe, healthy, with your families and friends, and yeah, we will get through this together, and we will again have better days. Never lose hope. And if you didn't know, my name Umut means hope, so it's my mission in life not to lose any hope. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful, and again, thanks so much for the 10,000 subscribers. Made me really happy. I hope to see you in another video. Stay safe and well, and hope to see you next time. Bye.